You were told you could be anything, so you tried to be everything, and it still wasn't enough. You were raised on the promise of potential, told that if you worked hard, went to college, followed the rules, life would unfold like it did for the generation before you. A house, a career, stability, a future you could plan, but that's not what you got. Instead, you got student debt that won't forgive you. Jobs that demand experience you can't get without the job. A housing market that laughs at your savings. A world that's burning while you're told to recycle harder. You were promised a ladder, but when you reached for it, you found out it was always a treadmill. This isn't about entitlement. This isn't about avocado toast or participation trophies. This is about a generation caught between the world they were promised and the world they inherited, and the psychological toll of living in that gap. So what does it feel like to be a millennial? And why does an entire generation feel like they're failing at life that was rigged from the start? Let's begin. You were special. That's what they told you. Every report card, every participation ribbon, every "you can be anything you want" speech built you into someone who believed their worth was tied to their achievement. And you believed it because why wouldn't you? So you achieved, you studied, you optimized. You built the perfect resume, the perfect profile, the perfect version of yourself that might finally be enough. But here's what no one told you. Potential isn't a gift, it's a burden. Because potential means you haven't arrived yet. It means you're always one more certification, one more side hustle, one more reinvention away from finally being worthy. And you can feel it, can't you? The exhaustion of constantly becoming, never being. The weight of a finish line that moves every time you get close. You were raised to believe you were destined for greatness. But what they didn't tell you was that greatness would be redefined as simply surviving, as paying rent on time, as is, not having a breakdown in the bathroom at work. The potential you were promised, it turned into pressure. And the pressure never stops. You did everything right. You went to college because they said you had to. You took on debt because they said it was an investment. You believed that a degree was a ticket to stability. And then you graduated into a recession, into unpaid internships that required 5 years of experience, into jobs that pay you in exposure and opportunities, into a gig economy that taught your worth is only as good as your last deliverable. You were told education was the key, but what they didn't mention was that they'd changed the locks. Now you're a 30-something with a degree, a resume full of jobs that didn't lead anywhere, and a bank account that mocks every decision you thought was responsible. And the worst part, you're told it's your fault, that you're lazy, that you don't work hard enough, that you should have studied something more practical, saved more, spent less, tried harder. But how do you save when rent takes half your paycheck? How do you invest when you're one emergency away from debt? How do you build a future when the present barely holds? You're not failing. The system failed you, but you're the one carrying the shame. You open Instagram and everyone else is winning. They're traveling, getting promoted, buying homes, getting engaged, building businesses, living the life you thought you'd have by now. And you're still figuring it out, still trying to find the career that feels right, still wondering if you'll ever afford a house, still questioning if you even want the things you're supposed to want. Social media didn't just give you connection. It gave you a front row seat to everyone else's highlight reel while you're stuck in the behind-the-scenes footage of your own mess. And the comparison is killing you, because it's not just about what they have. It's about what their success says about your lack of it. Every engagement announcement is a reminder that you're still single. Every promotion post is proof you're falling behind. Every vacation photo is evidence that everyone else figured out how to live while you're still trying to survive. You know it's not real. You know everyone's faking it. But knowing doesn't stop the feeling. The feeling that you're the only one who hasn't figured it out. The only one stuck. The only one failing at a life that everyone else makes look easy. You're not behind. You're just living in a generation where everyone's performance of success became more important than the truth of struggle. You're tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix. It's not just physical. It's the kind of tired that lives in your bones, in your mind, and the part of you that used to care about things but doesn't anymore because caring costs too much. They call it burnout, but that word doesn't capture it. It's not about working too hard. It's about working endlessly and still not getting anywhere. It's about optimizing every second of your life and still feeling like you're not doing enough. You wake up tired, you work tired, you go to sleep tired, and then you do it again. Because rest feels like giving up. Because slowing down feels like falling behind. Because you've been told that if you're not hustling, you're failing. But here's the truth. You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're not broken. You're exhausted from living in a world that turned survival into a full-time job. And the worst part? They convinced you to call it ambition, to wear your burnout like a badge of honor, to believe that if you're not destroyed by your work, you're not working hard enough. You didn't fail at balance. The system made balance impossible. You thought you'd have it figured out by now, by 25, by 30, by whatever arbitrary age your parents had their life together, but you don't, and the panic is starting to set in. Because you're not where you thought you'd be, not in your career, not in your relationships, not in your understanding of who you even are. And everyone keeps asking, what's your plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are you doing with your life? And you don't know. Because how are you supposed to plan a future in a world that keeps changing the rules? This is the quarter life. Crisis they don't talk about. The one that doesn't end at 30. The one that stretches into your 30s, your 40s, because the goalposts keep moving and the finish line never comes. You're not lost. You're navigating a world that removed all the maps. You were supposed to have a career, not 5 different jobs in 3 industries. You were supposed to buy a house, not move every year because rent keeps rising. You were supposed to have stability, not constant uncertainty. And yet, you're told to just figure it out. As if it's that simple. As if you're not trying every single day. You're not failing at adulting. Adulting just looks nothing like what they said it would. You feel guilty for struggling. Because on paper, you have so much. A job, a roof, food, internet, things your grandparents would have called privileged. So why aren't you happy? Why do you still feel empty? Why does success feel hollow? Why does having it all feel like having nothing that matters? And the guilt eats at you. Because, people have it worse. You should be grateful. Complaining feels selfish, but gratitude doesn't erase the ache. It doesn't fill the void of a life that feels like it's on autopilot. It doesn't fix the loneliness of being surrounded by people, but still feeling unseen. You're not ungrateful. You're grieving. Grieving the life you thought you'd have. The version of yourself you thought you'd become. The world you were promised that never materialized. And that grief is valid. Even if you have a job, even if you have food, even if you should be fine, you're allowed to not be okay in a life that looks okay from the outside. You're allowed to feel lost even when you're not literally homeless. You're allowed to be sad even when you're not clinically depressed. Your pain doesn't need to be the worst pain to be real. And yet, despite everything, you're still here, still trying, still showing up, still hoping, even when hope feels dangerous. Because that's the thing about millennials. You were raised on optimism, then taught by reality. To expect disappointment, So now you exist in this strange in-between, too hopeful to give up, too hurt to believe it'll get better. You want to believe things will change, that eventually you'll catch a break, that all this struggle will mean something, but you're terrified of hoping too hard, because every time you did, life reminded you why you shouldn't. So you hope quietly, carefully, in ways no one can see, so no one can take it from you. And maybe that's the most millennial thing of all, not the avocado toast or the student debt or the burnout, but the refusal to give up even when everything told you to. You're not okay, but you're still here, and that's not nothing. If this video felt like it was speaking directly to you, if you've carried this weight and thought you were the only one, you're not. This is a space where we name what's real. If you'd like to stay connected, consider subscribing. And if you want to share what it's like being a millennial right now, the exhaustion, the hope, the in-between, the comments are open. Your words might help someone else feel less alone. Thank you for being here. You're not failing. The world changed, and you're doing your best in a game no one taught you how to play.